So hello everyone and welcome in the part 8th of the Bears Race Act. In this video we will end part 4th, that is DPSP, and along with this we will also discuss part 4th A about the fundamental duty. In my earlier 7 videos I have discussed each article from 1 to 44. Today we will discuss from 45 onwards till the fundamental duty. Okay, so watch the entire video to clarify your doubt, to make it clear for you to understand in a better way. As you all know, I have added screenshots of the original text of the Constitution of India. Apart from this, I will discuss each article separately as well in simple language. Okay, now Article 45 talking about the provision. For what provision? Provision for free and compulsory education for the children. And Article 45 state that state shall endeavor to provide within a period of 10 years from the commencement of the Constitution for free and compulsory education for all children until they complete the age of 14 years. So if UPSC or state PCS ask the question that is there a reference of age by which government should provide free and compulsory education? Yes, that reference of age, that means maximum age, included in Article 45. And as you all know, at the 6th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2002 added Article 21A in the fundamental right that make the education for the children from 6 to 14 years of age compulsory and free of the cost. Article 46 state that the state shall promote with special care the educational and economic interest of the weaker sections and SC, ST, and shall protect them from social injustice in all form of the exploitation. So Article 46 is about promotion of educational and economic interest of SC and ST and other weaker section also. Okay, now Article 47 is talking about basically to raise the level of the nutrition and also to improve standard of living of its people. That means that it is the duty of the citizen to raise the level of nutrition that is essential for the survival or the development of the children or the people of India. And also the duty of the state is to improve the standard of living and improve the public health. So I have added all these articles, but I will discuss each article in simple language. Article 48 is about organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Now, so today we will discuss from Article 45 to 51 and 51A. Article 45 is about the provision of the early childhood care and also to provide free and compulsory education to the children below the age of 6 years. Okay, below the age of 6 years. As you can see in this, that in Article 45 there is a mention of maximum age 14 years. So it is from 6 to 14 years of age, and it is the duty of the citizen to provide the children early and compulsory education. Okay, so Article 45 just direct the government, and the direction is about to provide education. Okay, apart from education, this article also direct the government for the early childhood care, preschool education, and proper nutrition and development. Okay, for every children below the age of 6 of years. This helps children grow physically, mentally, and emotionally before entering the school. And 6 to 14 years. Okay, 6 to 14 years. Okay, now some provisions of these articles are implemented. A scheme like Anganwadi centers, and this scheme is aimed to fulfill the objective of the Article 45. From exam point of view, this article providing children below 6 years. Let us check whether it is true or not, or I have made some mistake here. So the state shall endeavor to provide within a period of 10 years from the commencement of this Constitution for free and compulsory education for all children until they complete the age of 14 years. Okay, so it is about 14 years, not 6 years. Okay, till the 14 years. Okay, in early childhood care modified by the 6th Constitutional Amendment Act, it added Article 21A in the fundamental right. That means that article can be enforceable by the court. That is the simple basis that why another fundamental right article apart from DPSP is added in the Constitution. Now Article 46, it is about the promotion of education And apart from this, economic interest of SC, ST, but there is a reference of weaker section as well apart from SC and ST, and it is the duty of the state to promote with special care educational and economic interest of the weaker sections plus SC and ST, and also protect them from social injustices and the all kind of the exploitation that they are facing or they face. Okay, now the government should to promote education among the SC, ST and weaker sections. It is duty of the government to improve their economic condition. It is duty of the government to protect them from discrimination, exploitation and social justices. Okay, now scholarship and some other welfare scheme for SC, ST student, it basically reflects the motive of Article 46. Now from exam point of view, Article 46 is talking about the welfare of SCs and ST, educational and economic upliftment and protection from the exploitation. Okay, I recommend you to read the exact word of the constitution. Okay, you can read also what I have provided from my side, and you can also read the screenshots, because from that exact copy type statement can be asked by the UPSC. Even UPSC asked many time in the prelims examination that why it is important to learn to read the bare act. Okay, article 47 impose the duty to the government to raise the level of nutrition and also to improve the standard of living of the people of India. Apart from this, they also had the duty to improve public health as well. So the states regard the raising of the level of nutrition and standard of living. Okay. Apart from this, they also have to improve public health, and it will be the primary duty of the state to bring prohibition of the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs that are injurious to human health. Okay, but except for medicinal property. So you will find the mention of exception as well. So the government should, what government should, it is the duty of the government to improve their nutrition level. It is duty of the government to raise the standard of the living and also to improve health. This is about the Article 47. For example, reduce the use of harmful alcohol and drugs, but except for medicinal purpose. For example, public health campaigns, nutrition schemes, and prohibition policy. All these measures are inspired by Article 47. So, Article 47 is talking about nutrition, public health, and standard of the living. Okay. Now, Article 48. Article 48 is talking about the protection of improvement of environment. Okay, it is 48a. Let us first discuss 48. So it is about organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Article 48a talking about protection of improvement of environment and also to safeguard the forest and wildlife. Article 49 is talking about protection of monuments and other historical heritage of India, and Article 50 talking about separation of judiciary from the executive. Okay, so Article 48. Article 48 is about the organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. You know, DPSP imposes duty on the government that whenever you will draft any policy, you should keep in mind the basic principle or the directives that are provided by the constitution. So state will do whatever state will think in betterment of the improvement of daily essential activities or the dairy activities or the agriculture activities. Okay, so it is the duty of the state to endeavor to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on the modern and scientific line. That means it is the duty on the government to keep improving the technological advancement. Okay, and to improve the technology in the field of agriculture, in the field of science, in the field of animal husbandry as well. And the government will take a step for preserving, not only government, the state will take a step for preserving and improving the breeds, and also it is duty of the state to prohibit slaughter of cows and calf and other milch and draught cattle. Okay, so it is the duty of the state. Now simplest explanation that the government should modernize agriculture, the government should improve animal husbandry and also protect and improve cattle breeds. Apart from this, they also need to take necessary steps so they can prohibit the slaughter of cows, calf, or other milch and draught cattle animals as well. Okay, so directive principle, or particularly this article imposes a very strong duty on the state. Now, for example, program that promoting scientific farming, cattle breeding, and that program is basically inspired by Article 48 of the Indian Constitution. Okay, from exam point of view, scientific agriculture, animal husbandry, and cow production. These are the provisions that are the part of the Article 48. Now Article 48A, this article aided by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, like Article 39A. So Article 48A talking about the protection of the environment and also to improve the environmental safeguards, to improve the forest area, to improve the wildlife conservation, etc. Ignore the background noise, please. So state shall endeavor to protect and also to improve environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife of the country. Okay, so government should protect, conserve, okay, and promote ecological balances. Now this article I have already told you that inserted by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. From exam point of view, what you need to learn from this article is basically that it is talking about environmental protection, forest protection, wildlife conservation measures, and it was aided by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Now Article 49, this article impose duty, as you can say, on the state to protect historical monuments or the places that are importance, that hold national importance. Okay, so it shall be the obligation of the state to protect every monument, and state also should not be biased toward one religion also, because this article talking about the every monument or place even or object even of artistic or historic interest that declared by parliament of a national importance, from what, from destruction, removal, disposal, or the export. So it is the duty of the government. Now the government must protect what, national monuments, historical buildings, ancient sites, and the object of artistic and historical importance that is basically important to construct history of India, to understand history, geography of India in a better way. So this is the obligation on the state to protect all these monuments. Now, for example, preservation of Taj Mahal or Sanchi Stupa inspired by this article. So it is about national importance, historical heritage, and protection by the state. Article 50 talking about separation of judiciary from the executive. Okay, now the state will shall take step to separate the judiciary from the executive in the public services of the state. That means judiciary, sorry for that, judiciary and executive should go in hand, but one important thing, that they should not conquer the power or the territory of the power of each others. That is the simple meaning. Okay, judiciary should not interfere in the matter of the executive, and executive also should not interfere in the matter of the judiciary. That is the basis of these articles. Okay, they should not conquer each other's territory or the power. So the judiciary should function independently from the executive. Why? Because it is essential to ensure free trials, fair trials, independent judges, rule of law, and impartial justice. That means justice should not be partial one to rich or to poor or to government or to people. Okay, justice should be impartial in nature. For example, if a judges should decide case, they should do it independently, and there should be no any executive interference on that particular cases. So this ensure independence of a judiciary, and this also ensure or strengthening the federalism concept of Indian constitution by separating the powers. Article 51 talking about promotion of international peace and security. So it has various clauses. I will discuss it. Clause 1 is talking about international peace and security. That means India should work for peace among the nation. Clause B is about maintain just and honorable relation between the nations. So India should draft such a policy that maintain fair and respectful international relation. As you all know, DPSP is imposing some duties on the state. Okay, on the state, but I will discuss about the fundamental duty imposing duties on the citizen. Okay, now clause C, foster respect for international law and treaty obligation. So India should honor international laws and treaty as well. Encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. That means international disputes should be resolved peacefully through the arbitration wherever possible. And like India's participation in the UN and also peaceful settlement of disputes reflect the spirit of the Article 51A. From exam point of view, it is about international peace, international laws, arbitration, and how foreign policy of India should be going on. Okay, should be drafted. Now Article 51A. This article is contained part 4th A fundamental duty aided by 42nd Amendment Act by Swarn Singh Committee, by Swarn Singh Committee, that you should to know. So it is about fundamental duty, and it is the duty, it shall be duty of every citizen of India to follow all the duties that are mentioned here. Okay, as you can read here, if you want to read it out, just wait. Yes, fundamental duty. Okay, I am going to read here just for you. So fundamental duty, or it was added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Okay, but there is another amendment act, 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, and last clause in in fundamental right added, basically, that I will going to discuss it. So it is duty of every citizen. It shall be duty of every citizen of India. What duty? To abide by the Constitution. That means you should respect the provisions of the Constitution, and also you should respect the ideals of the institution. You should inspire. You should taking inspiration from the ideals of the institution. You should respect the national flags and national anthem as well. Apart from this, you have to cherish and the follow of noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. That means you have to take the inspiration from the national freedom struggle. You have to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. It is the duty of the citizen to follow all these duties. Okay, it is the duty of the citizen to uphold and protect the sovereignty of the India. Your one move will become dangerous for the integrity or the social upliftment or the sovereignty of the India. Okay, it is the duty of the every citizen to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. If suppose there is a war going on between the countries in which India are participating, to uphold its sovereignty, to protect its sovereignty, and if government think that no, I do not have a sufficient number of army and we require more army, then youngsters should we participate and should contribute in the national service. Okay, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, or regional or sectional diversities. So this article talking about four type of diversity: religious diversities, linguistic diversities, regional diversities, or even sectional diversity. And you also has to renounce practice of derogatory to the dignity of women, that you should not speak a word that dignify, means that is derogatory to the dignity of the woman. Okay, now you have to value and you have to preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Also you have to protect and improve environment. You have to protect forest, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and you have to compassion for the living creature. Okay, you have to develop scientific temper, humanism, spirit of inquiry, and reform. That means suppose if you have a children, okay, then they required essential components that are basis for their education, or okay, or the basis to develop for the scientific temper, and you have the duty to provide them. Okay, to strive toward excellence in all sphere of individual and collective activity. Why? So that the nation constantly rise to higher level of endeavor and achievement. And this is last, that was added by the 6th Constitutional Amendment Act, that it is the duty of the every citizen as a parent or a guardian to provide opportunities for education to his children, or as the case may be, what between age of 6 to 14 years. Okay, so this was added by 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, that means 51A subclause K. Okay, I have discussed it here, and if you want to read it, you can read it from here as well. Okay, to abide by the Constitution. So every citizen should respect the Constitution, respect constitutional institution, and it is duty to honor the national flag and national anthem. Okay, so citizens should remember and follow the value of India's freedom movement, such as sacrifice, unity, and patriotism. Apart from this, every citizen should protect India's independence, unity, and territorial integrity. And if the nation requires, every citizen should be ready to serve and defend their country whenever they call upon to do so. Apart from this, citizens should live in harmony. They should respect all the religions, languages, and cultures, and they should reject the practices that are insulting or degrading women. Apart from this, you have the duty to protect and preserve India's diverse culture, heritage, and tradition and historic legacy. Every citizen should protect nature, to keep your environment clean, and you have a compassion for the animal and wildlife. Think scientifically, ask a question, avoid blind belief, and you also have to support positive social reform. That is duty to protect public property, and resolve disputes peacefully instead of using violence, to strive toward excellence in all sphere of individual. That means every citizen should continuously improve themselves and contribute to the nation's progress. That means learning should not be stopped. Who is the parent or guardian? Doesn't matter. You have to provide opportunity for education to a child from the age 6 to 14 years. And parents and guardians should ensure that children aged from 6 to 14 years receive education, and this clause was added by the 6th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002. Now let us take a quick revision and then wrap up this lecture. Article 51A deals with fundamental duty. Originally, there were 10 fundamental duty added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, but another duty, 11th clause key, was added by 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2020. And this fundamental duty apply only to citizen. Of course, they are non-justiciable, meaning they can't generally be enforced by the court. So here, if you want to read it, if you want to take a quick revise, then read all these fundamental duty. And apart from, I have provided a quick revision snap for other articles as well. And let me know in comment section how this series is helping you. If you want any type of improvement, let me know in comment section. And if you like this initiative, don't forget to subscribe and like, and also share with your fellow aspirant. Okay, because I'm doing very hard work to make it very simple for you, so that you can understand it, you can apply it while you are sitting in prelims examination or any examination. Okay, this is the beauty of the Direct. We are not discussing too much information, but we are strictly follows Direct simply as of now. Okay, so let me know how I can improve it if you think. Okay.